Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, it's so nice to meet you, or nice for my hands to meet you in this case. My name is Inessa and I am an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name and Sage. I write a lot of mystery, a lot of fantasy, and a whole bunch of mayhem, really. And on this channel, what I try to do is share everything that I've learned along the way, being both a indie and a traditional author, and skipping from genre to genre, writing some nonfiction, coaching a lot of authors as part of my job as a book coach. Also some graphic design things that we do here because I do also design covers. And so we try to cover it all as far as publishing is concerned. But our main thing here is writing books, how to write them, tips on things like that, any tools that I use to help me publish continuously. So far, I am on 23 books and counting. And so I have a pretty steady publishing schedule. And to do that, there are tools that help me out. Some of those tools include planners, stationery, things like that. And so a lot of times what I like to do is share planner videos. So if that sounds like something that you're into, then make sure that you are subscribed and join us here because we'd love to have you in the community. Now today, I am doing a tour of my plotting pouch. This is my plotting pouch. I know it looks pretty wild. There's a lot going on here. We're going to go through everything, but it's actually been trimmed down quite a bit from the last time that I showed it. And so I kind of wanted to show it off. I'm not going to get into nitty gritty on where I got this thing, where I got this thing. If you have questions, if you see something that you absolutely cannot find online with a Google search, please add it in the comments and I will do my best to search for it for you. But otherwise, there's a lot of stuff here and I don't want to waste some time going through everything and linking stuff if you're not even interested in it. So I'm going to start with the front here. So first of all, the pouch. The pouch is a basically a utility pouch. It's kind of like this plasticky cover. It's got kuromi all over it. I got it from AliExpress. It is not anything super fancy. I wanted to originally get the fancy, expensive utility pouches that you see floating all over the planner community. However, not only were they pricey, and when I was setting this up, I wasn't sure if I would use it or not for a long time. Spoiler alert, I have been. But also they were very bulky. And so you would stuff a lot of things in it. And for me, if I have the option to stuff a bunch of stuff in a pouch, lo and behold, I will certainly use that option. And so I wanted something that had more structure like this pouch here does, that will keep me from overstuffing. And then the noise you'll hear, I'll explain what that is in a second. So, you know me, you know I like my pins. I've got a bunch of pins here. We've got some pins from Owlcrate. I've got pins that I've gotten from stores and conventions. I've got this llama that's flipping people off here from a planner convention that I went to. We've got some from Comic-Cons. There's like a whole bunch of stuff here. So these are basically, this one is from when I went to Ireland. So we've got like a lot of pins here. When I get pins that are cute, I add them here. We're starting to run out of space on this particular pouch, but I have another pouch that I've been adding to, and that one I use just for regular planning. On the side here, I have the cutest, actually let me kind of raise this up so you can see. I'm hoping it focuses, but this is from my dear friend Sedona Ash, who is like a phenomenal author. Definitely check her out, especially if you're into like romance and things like that. She's hilarious. She writes really funny romances that have like a lot of heart and a lot of adventure. And this is from one of her books. And it's actually, a character. And so we've got like, she's got like a little cute little keychain and she sent it to me and I just had to have it because it's just so cute. So next thing I have is, an erasable pen on here. I've got two more pens that are not erasable. So like, this one I usually use a lot. It's got these little, so when you click, the little bear right up there changes. It's really cute. It's actually a very good pen. And then I have some kuromi pens that match the pouch as backup. In these pockets here, I have different colored pens. So we've got Le Pen and Stadler. So those are for if I'm doing any color coding. I have a Harry Houdini fun little sticker just for fun. Some washi samplers in case I'm doing some color coding inside when I'm plotting. And then in here, I have some Erin Condren different colored dot stickers, also for color coding if I need it. And just some cute little Sticky Club stationery subscription that I got. And these are just notepads if I need them. And I'm keeping a little clip on top to help keep the journal open if it gets too floppy. So now into the pouch. So we're going to do the journal last. So I'll put that aside for now because that's the actual plotting part. But in this pocket here, I have some art that was done for some of my books. And so I keep that as just like an inspirational thing. And then I've got a little knife thing if I need to cut the washi. I've got a ruler. A ruler that extends in here to draw lines, multicolored pen, again, for color coding. This one came in a Hobonichi Tetra 2021 when I had a Hobonichi order placed a while back. I've got a bunch of mild liners for color coding. I've got this Hobonichi again, kind of, I guess it's a brush pen, but it's kind of hard, so it's not really a brush pen. And then my main writing pen in this particular planner is the Uniball one. And I don't know if you know about these, but they're like these stubby little pens, and they're really nice to write with. Also have a couple of extra notebooks. I haven't used these yet, but I'm keeping them here in case I need like a separate notebook from different things. So this one is a captain's log. Star Trek notebook. And we got this, I think I got this at a con. But I just think it's like super fun. And so I'm thinking of using this for like general ideas. And then this beautiful thing my husband got me for Christmas with a whole bunch of other stationery. And this one is just blank. So if I need to do any sketching, like maps and stuff like that, I would originally do them, I think, here before I transfer them into the actual plotting journal. And also, before we keep going, just the reason I'm talking so fast is I am trying to make this not super long because we are currently in the middle of a massive heat wave here in Toronto. And I have the door closed to avoid kind of like extra sounds coming in from outside. And I am already sweating through my dress and also getting quite breathless. So if you hear me heaving in the background, you know what's happening. No need to call the police. I am okay. I am just not good with hot weather. And now, so this is the notebook. Let me actually zoom in a bit more so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so I think that's much better. Yes. Okay, so this is the notebook. I'm gonna let this kind of refocus. Boop, boop, boop. Can we see better? Perfect. All right, so the main notebook. So before this, if you saw, I had a bullet journal, a proper A5 bullet journal. It was fine. I really, really liked it. I still really, really like it. I still use it for other things. But I figured for something like plotting, for some reason, I just wanted thinner paper. And so I had this Theology notebook lying around. And if you know about Theology, it's very, very thin paper. It's almost like Hobonichi paper, almost. Very close to it. So it feels like almost Tomoe River paper. I don't think that it is, but it's very close to it. I've already used it for something else. So I had to kind of deconstruct. I didn't have a cover for it because I was testing this system out. I didn't want to order a cover for it, but I did have an Erin Condren A5 cover that I cut down to size and kind of taped up the bottom. And that is working just fine for me for this purpose. I've got a bit of deco washi, some stickers here. And otherwise, the only other thing I did was I went inside the actual cover and I taped it up and I made it more me front and back. So we've got different kind of covers on the front and the back. And this just makes me more happy. It's a bit more witchy. It's more my style. It feels more fantasy. And I do a lot of fantasy planning and plotting. So I just did the end pages to kind of like match my aesthetic more. And because I ripped out a bunch of pages, I actually needed this in order to hide that little line that you get when you rip out pages from a journal. And so that worked out perfectly well. So I've got like a different pattern here. It says find the magic, kind of as a main cover page. And then we get into the plotting. So the way I'm using this now is very, as you can see, literally just for making notes on my books as I write them. So every book that I'm plotting in here, I've done 3 books so far. Every book that I'm plotting in here, I do a cover page for it. And then I do different types of headline pages, depending on what I need. So when I was plotting Double Long Murder, which is the 5th book in Orchard Hollow, that one, oh no, I said 5th. It's actually 6th book, sorry. 5th book just came out, Six Brews Under. Oh my God, make sure to get it if you like cozy mysteries. Like Six Brews Under just came out. I'm super excited for it, but literally just came out. So if you want to support, grab the book. So for Double Long Murder, I had a rough plot idea, and then I kind of like figured out my different victims and their relationships to people and stuff like that. And brainstorm, I did like a brain dump of that. Oh God, I keep saying that word and I absolutely hate it. But I did brainstorm of all this stuff and kind of like a mind map situation, but for victims and people that could have killed them, so suspects. Then I did a bit on Piper's magic. I did some other threads that I had to wrap up from previous parts of the series, because this is the last book in the series. And then I just had general notes. I had a map of the caves that are going to be important in this book, and just general notes on what's going to happen. Then, and this is kind of like surprise because I haven't super announced this yet. So keep this to yourselves, you guys. Don't spread it on social media. But there will be a Orchard Hollow Christmas novella. And so I am planning all of it out. So again, I have a rough plot. We only have, because it's a novella, there's only one victim and some notes. So very short compared to this, which is a bit longer. Now we're getting into another big reveal here. We're doing a lot of reveals here on YouTube. This is a working title. It's actually Bone to Bone, Blood to Blood, also a working title. But I didn't really have space and I didn't figure it out. But I am working on a Gothic romantasy that has kind of like a mystery, a murder mystery in its core. I'm really excited about this. It's enemies to lovers. It is dark. But there's going to be a lot of humor because of the enemies to lovers, a lot of banter. And I am very, very excited to write this. Now, I will be querying this book. So stay with me because I am just starting to work on it. I'm figuring out the plot right now, but stay with me because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on that process, and kind of keeping you guys in check with what's going on. But I started planning this book and this has the most detail. So we're going to go through this fast because I don't want to spoil anything, but I have a brainstorm section and I kept that pretty long because I'm still working through it. But as I think of stuff, I put them here. There's like excerpts that I want to use later. And I'm not giving anything away because I don't think anybody will actually understand my handwriting. So we are safe. But just different brainstorms for ideas. And I've kind of decorated with stickers from Sticky Club subscription, past ones, because I don't subscribe anymore. But different types of brainstorm ideas. Then I have a section just for magic. So I'm working out the magic system. Oh, sorry. I have a section for world building. And as you can see, I'm not precious about this piece. And this is why I wanted this over the bullet journal that I had, because with the bullet journal, I was very precious and I don't want to be precious. I want to be rough. I just want to drop stuff down and think about it. So a lot of decor. So I've got world building. We've got one of the main characters. We've got the other main characters, so the 2 love interests. I'm making notes on them. Then I have a section, like a page, double-sided page, for the mystery and how that's going to work. Then again, the same mind map situation for 2 victims, the first victim and the second victim. There will be other, because it's a fantasy, so it's going to be bigger scale. There will be other bigger scale I guess, victims involved. But the main murder mystery will involve around these 2. Then I have the big bad, and then notes on other. So like this is more on the magic system. So I'm going to flip back to the front because I don't want to give too much away. But the magic system is based, I will say that The magic, the way that it's based in this world is it is based on gems, and there's 36 gems created in threes, and there's a limited supply of them, and each gem is able to harness a certain type of magic and allow the user to use a certain type of magic. Now, the cost of the magic is a sliver of one's humanity. And so every time you use a gem or you cast some sort of magic, a piece of your humanity gets taken away until you become basically this like beast character who has no humanity left. And so we have this Gothic city that's kind of like a Victorian, like 1800s England, Victorian feel, but also like Batman Returns, like really dark and gothic. And there's these beasts that stalk the streets. That used to be human. It's just people who use too much magic. And so that's kind of like and I'm not going to say anything more, but we've got two characters that don't like each other that will eventually really, really like each other, that are going to be thrown together in this world to solve a murder mystery. So that's the premise. And tell me in the comments what you think of that, because I'm really excited about this world and about the story. And I think it is, from when I've told people about it, they say it's quite different from what they've read so far. And so hopefully I can do that justice, but I'm super excited about that. But otherwise, that is the book, and that's how I use it. It's not anything super complicated. And that was the point. I think we complicate things too much in general, and I love to plot and I love to plan. You guys know me, but I also don't have a lot of time on my hands. I have a 2 and almost a half a year old. I have multitude of things that I do for my job in publication in general. I am on the line with contracts for books, several books a year, and so there's a lot going on. And so I don't have the time to plot and plot and plot and plot. I need to sit down, brainstorm, put it away. Sit down, brainstorm, put it away. And so that's where this kind of stuff comes in. And so far, especially in this final book that I just talked about, the one that I'm going to be querying, especially in that book, because it's such a big world. It's not a world I'm already used to. I'm really starting from the beginning here, and it's a very more closer to an epic type of fantasy, really, because of how much is going on. There's politics and history and lore and all of that, and so I need something I can just jot notes on as they come to me, because they come to me at random places of the day. And so now I just take this whole book, this gets tossed in here, and I take the whole book and I carry it around the house. So if I'm downstairs, this is downstairs. If I'm in the office, this is in the office. That's how this has been working. So tell me what you think. Do you like this upgrade that I've done, or downgrade, or simplification that I've done? Let me know. I am moving around. My voice is probably getting weird. My left leg fell asleep because I'm sitting on it. The perks of getting old, you guys. Honestly, everything just falls asleep now randomly. Just from sitting in a slightly weird position for longer than 2 minutes. I now cannot move my left leg. Wonderful. So I'm going to end this here with that fun, bright note. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully this sparked some ideas for you if you're looking to do your own plotting notebook. I really hope that this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought. If you are subscribed, thank you. You're the best. Also tell me if you have read any of my books. I would love to know which ones you've read and what you thought of them. So definitely let me know that. As always, I hope you guys stay magical. I hope wherever you are that you're not boiling hot like we are here. But if you are, I am with you. To air conditioning, really. Let's all drink to air conditioning at this point. Ours is working overtime. It is now a member of the family. So, as always, stay awesome, stay magical, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.